As per your request today, I've made some punk masculine clothing from the pieces that need a little bit more love and a second chance at life, and I'm so jealous because they turn out so well, but they don't look as good on me as they do on Adam, but that's okay because I'm in the spirit of giving and I'm just happy that now he has some clothing to match my vibe and we will look so cool together. So, without further yapping, let's get to it. We shall start with this white shirt that is stained by a leaky pen, and that's a little bit too basic for Adam's liking. I love red on white, so I'm using this plaid to add a bit of color. I decided to do so in strips that I sewed on with my sewing machine and then lost the footage for, which is very professional of me. To make it more interesting, I added some hardware in the form of eyelets, which are very easy to add with eyelet pliers. I struggled to add them to the middle of the shirt because there was too much fabric, so I took an easy way out and just cut the bottom of the shirt off. Of course, I kind of just made rough marks to make it more or less even, but we love imperfection here, so I eyeballed the cut. Then after adding the last eyelets, I reattached the bottom of the shirt with safety pins, and I needed a lot of safety pins, and yes, it was very tedious to do, thank you for asking. I also added some safety pins to the tartan bits for a little bit of cohesion. For more hardware, I used a hole punch to punch holes into the collar all around it, and then added some spikes to it. A little pro tip for you: to help them stay screwed in, add a little bit of glue to the screw before screwing on the head. For the sleeve, I just made some cuts all the way down the side for the distressed look. And since apparently I hate myself and having free time, I decided to add even more safety pins. And to deal with the stains, I literally just added eyelets or safety pins wherever there was a stain to cover it up. So here is the final result. This plain stretchy shirt was a struggle to figure out what to do with, but it's probably my favorite one out of the three. First, I grabbed my paint and a dry white brush and added a bunch of random long strokes to add texture and interest. Dragging a dry brush across dry fabric always gives really fun patterns. I couldn't be bothered to wait for it to dry, so I used a hairdryer instead and continued painting on the other side of the shirt. I was just letting the vibes guide me, and as you can see, it looks very cool and grunge so far. To make it even more distressed, I folded each blank space in half and cut a bunch of parallel lines into it. It wasn't the most even cut, but it kind of adds to the vibe, so I'm cool with that. Then I unfolded it and extended the lines where needed. The last bit is to stretch out all of the cuts so that it's a bit more obvious and rough. I did the same thing to each blank space on both sides of the shirt, adding some to the sides as well so it looks more well planned than it was. And then also to the sleeves as well. And this is what it looks like so far. It still looked a bit flat, so I decided to add my favorite hardware, which is eyelets. What a shocker. I placed them around the collar and along the painted strokes just to follow the flow. And it was a tedious but a very rewarding process because this is what she looks like as a finished product. Last up is the zip up that Adam doesn't really wear anymore, so we decided to experiment a bit by adding a pleated trim to it. I had this plaid fabric that was obviously too short for it, but we made it work. I measured how long the trimming needs to be and cleaned up the edges to make it into a perfect rectangle. To pleat it, I just pinched the fabric and then fold it over. Then pinned it down and repeated it until the other edge. The rectangle became half the size, of course, so I had to figure out a way to make it long enough to go around the bottom of the zip up. And so I measured again to see if I can afford to cut the fabric in half and make up the extra length. And it looked all right, so I went ahead with it. After cutting it in half, I connected the two pieces by just putting them on top of each other and then sewing them down with a straight stitch. Obviously, the pattern doesn't match anymore, but that's fine. It won't be very noticeable once pleated. After finishing pleating the rest of the fabric, I sewed each pleat down halfway through. Then sewed it directly to the wrong side of the bottom of the zip up and secured the sides next to the zipper as well. Lastly, I sewed the bottom of the trim with a zigzag stitch to prevent fraying, but keep the raw edge. Since my big brain was too lazy to use a similar color thread, there's this obvious stitch all around the bottom of the zip up now, so I had to cover it up with safety pins, which looks really sick. Lastly, I wanted to clean up the bubbling to make it look fresh, so I used the razor to shape the bubbles off. And this is the final result. I have once again outdone myself and I shall do it again. So if you have any ideas, any requests, anything at all, let me know in the comments down below. Like this video if you enjoyed, much appreciated. Subscribe to see my future projects, and I hope I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.